Hi, I'm Sarah with Citiparks. To help celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday, today we are going to learn how to make homemade apple cider. This recipe is easy and fun for the whole family to make together.
Apples are harvested in the fall, making apple cider a perfect fall treat.
For this recipe, you'll need some tools. First, a large surface to prep our ingredients. Next, a large pot or slow cooker.
Measuring spoons and measuring cups. A cutting board. Child-safe knives or an apple slicer to cut our fruit. A large spoon or ladle. A strainer or colander. Cheesecloth. And a potato masher. The materials and ingredients used in this recipe can be found in the description below. Remember to wash your hands before cooking. Now that we have our cooking station ready, we can talk about ingredients. The first and most important ingredient is the apple. There are many varieties of apple to choose from sweet red apples like Gala and Macintosh to tart green apples like Granny Smith. Today I have chosen to use 2 Gala, 2 Yellow Delicious, 2 Ambrosia Gold, and 4 Granny Smith. Once you have chosen your apples, you can core and cut them to make the base for your cider. Resting your apple on a cutting board, position the stem of your apple in the center of the apple slicer. Hold both handles of the slicer and press down firmly, keeping your fingers up and out of the way. This removes the core and leaves you with several even slices. Carefully press the slices out and discard the core. If you don't have an apple slicer, you can cut the apple into chunks, like this, avoiding the core in the center. You can see here that I'm using a child-safe plastic knife. If you only have real knives, have a parent supervise or cut the apples for you. Many ciders include other fruits, such as oranges, pears, and pomegranates to punch up the flavor.
Today we'll be using oranges.
Adding the orange is much easier. You just cut the orange into quarters and toss it in. Next up are the spices. This is where you can really change up the flavor and have some fun with the combinations. Today I will be adding 4 cinnamon sticks, a teaspoon each of allspice, ginger, and nutmeg. These can be added in any order, straight into the pot along with half a cup of brown sugar. Now we need some water. Fill your pot until the apples are just barely floating. Bring the water to a boil, then reduce the heat to simmer. Then cover and cook for 2 hours. When your timer goes off, a grown-up can remove the cider from heat to cool down a little. Once your cider has cooled, you can begin the next step, mashing. The apples and spices need to be squashed into a pulp. You can do this using a potato masher or an electric mixer. Just be sure to remove your orange slices first. After mashing, return the pot to the stove and simmer, uncovered for another hour. After an hour, allow the cider to cool again. Then you can begin to strain out all the pulp. The easiest way to strain is to take a colander and set it over another pot. Drape your cheesecloth over the colander and pour your cider through it to strain. When all of your cider has passed through the strainer, you can lift the cheesecloth and gently squeeze out any extra liquid. Don't squeeze too hard or it may burst. Once all the pulp is removed, your cider is ready to serve. You can top and serve your cider however you choose. On my cider, I've added some whipped cream and sprinkles. My friend Erica added an apple slice and a caramel drizzle. They look great and taste even better. Be sure to share any photos of your finished tasty treats on the Citiparks Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages. Thanks for watching and have a happy Thanksgiving!